What's up, my reseller friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I have another come ship with me video today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get right into it because I'm running a little bit late. I went to some yard sales, did a Facebook Marketplace pickup, and went to an estate sale. And I gotta get my shipping done before my mail lady gets here. All right, so first item is a women's express shirt. It's just like a regular like work shirt, button up, but what I really liked about this shirt is the color. For one, isn't this such a pretty shade of green? It's kind of like a Christmas tree green, so this is going to be really nice for maybe like a Christmas party at work. But then some of the edges of it has like this leopard print, so I just thought this was a really nice looking shirt. I normally don't pick up express, but I did buy this one strictly because I just liked the way it looked. And I paid $1 for it, I believe, at a yard sale. Yes, I did. It was $1. I listed it in October, so it wasn't listed for that long. I had it posted for, I think, $16.99 plus shipping. Someone sent me an offer for $12. And because I only spent $1 for it, and I was happy to get a quick sale on clothing, I was happy to accept the offer. All right, so the buyer paid $4.99 for shipping. This is going to Ohio from California. It weighs 8 ounces, and it's going to cost $4.44 to ship. Okay, I write the name of the buyer on the package. That way I know what label to put on it. Next item is going to be a Chargers, San Diego Chargers Christmas Santa hat. Kind of cool. There was kind of a few of these on eBay. It wasn't that great of a pickup. I honestly can't remember how much I spent on it, though I do remember getting it at a yard sale, so it had to have been cheap. It only sold for $5.39. I think I sent a 10% offer on it. I charged $3.99 for shipping. Hopefully this should be 4 ounces or less. Yep, 3.7. So it is only going to cost me $3.81 to ship it, and it's going to Oregon. Okay. All right. Next item, or next sale, was actually a bundle of 2 items. Where did I put it? I normally ship my Barbie clothes in not a box, so either a bubble mailer or I'll ship it in a paper envelope or a poly bag. But in this case, I decided to ship it in a box. One of them sold for $20. The other one sold for $14.24. And they probably did get my coupon code. That's like 20%, buy one, get one 20%. But some of these items I just feel like are a little bit more delicate. I'll show you what the 2 things were that sold here. But you know, this one comes with like a little extra stuffed animal. And then I have this one that's got some roller skates. So I just wanted to give this one a little bit of extra care in packaging. So I am shipping it in a 4x4x4 box. Now I cannot believe it actually took me this long to do it. I actually feel really bad about it, seeing how easy it was for me to do this. But you know, I do a lot of these ship with me videos, and you guys are constantly seeing what I'm using, my supplies, and I'm always being asked like, well, where did you get that? And so I finally set up like a Amazon like influencer page, so you can go on there, and I created a page that shows all the stuff that I use. So like almost everything that I use, I have it in there. Now, if it's something that I have that's not on there anymore, I did try to find like items that are comparable, but most of the things I have on there are the exact items I use. So if you are curious, or if you just want to purchase some of this stuff, I do have the link in my description, so go check that out. This is on there. These are the 4x4x4 boxes, and I use the Supply Hut brand. All right, so this weighs under 4 ounces. It's going to Colorado. And it's only going to cost $3.81 to ship. sale is a Barbie. It was actually a pretty good Barbie day after I've been feeling like Barbie stuff hasn't been selling well. It's so weird because it goes up and down all the time. Barbie sales do. But it's this doll right here. She is, the exact title that I used is Mattel Barbie Doll Princess and the Pop Star Tori Doll Transforming Hair 2011. So that's what she is. Now I did have to Frankenstein this box. So what I do is, this is my 8x6x4 box, which I also do have on my Amazon page. And this is what I usually use to ship all my Barbies out of. But because she was like a little bit extra longer than usual, and it probably has something to do with her crown, I'm not sure. She's just like a special doll because like she does stuff, like she plays music and things like that. So she's just a little bit longer. And she didn't fit when I tried to fold her, because I normally fold the dolls and put them in the box, but she didn't fit, but just like barely. And I was going to ship her in the next bigger size box that I have, which is this one. That's the 7x7x5 box. But the reason why I didn't do that is because it brought it over the 8 ounces, and I did not charge the buyer for shipping. So it's going to come out of my pocket to have to pay a little bit extra. And not only that, this box costs a little bit extra more. So what I ended up doing is just using my regular 8x6x4 box, and I cut out the edges. So like right here on all edges, and then I pull up. I'm sorry, I'm doing a really bad job explaining it, but basically I make this box. If you go back and watch some of my tips for selling Barbies, I do have a tutorial in there on how I do this. So it still keeps it under the 8 ounces by shipping her in this box. So she does fit, but as you can see, she barely fits. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff her up, and I will go ahead and close her up. All right, I had to stop filming for a second because my daughter came in here. So the only thing that just sucks about it is it just adds extra time, right? So it's like, is it really worth the extra time to save? Well, let's see how much I'm actually saving. So if I would have shipped it in the next tier, it would cost me $5.04 to ship. But by keeping it at 8 ounces, it's going to cost $4.24. So I'm saving 75 cents. Is it worth it? I really don't know. I feel like I can't really answer that. Oh, but then also, it's also saving on the cost of the box too, because the bigger box does cost more. So I mean, it probably turns out to be like saving me $1. But I don't know. I guess it's fine. It's worth it. All right. This is going to Texas. This next one is the one I'm dreading. So you guys know that I sell a lot of smalls. If you watch my videos, you notice I don't really package like big items. But when I do package a big item, like I hate it. It's like I dread it. So we mount all of our TVs in the house. So the bottom base or the legs or whatever the TV came with, we sell those. And this is one of them. Go ahead and take it out. It's like the base to one of our TVs that we mounted. So the way I'm shipping this, well, first of all, what did I charge? I charged $26.99, and the buyer paid $24.10 for shipping. So I have to keep this under $24. So now it's, how do I ship this? So I put on the bottom of the box a layer of bubble wrap, and then I wrapped the top part with bubble wrap, and then one more layer. But there's not really a lot of bubble wrap in here. I'm kind of cheaping out a little bit. So it was extremely hard for me to find a box that this fit in, because it's kind of like an awkward size. So it's about this long and this tall, and I didn't have a box that was shaped like that. So what I had to do was I had to get like a big box. So I found this one, and this was an Amazon box, and it's like, see how long it is, but really where these little, I don't know if you can see where the little dots are. Do you see them right here? I have some little, like a little line right here. That's where, that's really where I need to cut it off at. So and I don't want to ship it in like this extra space, because the bigger the box, the more the shipping is going to cost. So I want to ship this item in the right size box. Not only that, if you ship something in a box that's too big, there's a better chance of the item getting damaged. So I always make sure to ship things that are in the right size box. Don't want it too big, don't want it too small. So what I ended up doing is I have this tool right here, which, by the way, I also have this exact one on my Amazon page that is linked in my description. But I actually found out about this. I don't know if anybody follows Sell Quick Ship Quick. They used to have a YouTube channel, but now they're only on Instagram, which I'm really sad about it, because I super love that couple. Dude, they were so funny and awesome. Their videos were great. But anyways, I found out about this from them. And what you do, so this part right here is adjustable. So you can pick like how much of the box you want to take out. Like you can go all the way down if you only need to take a little bit, about like an inch off of the box. If you want to take less than an inch, this is not going to work. It's got to be like at least an inch, because this is as tiny as it gets, but it can get as high as 13 inches, right? So, so you just you use this. If I keep looking at the camera while I do this, it's because I'm just making sure that it's coming out. So you find the right spot. So like in my case, it's going to be right here. You find it, and then you just tighten this right here. And then you just go across it like this. Of course, you have to press down hard on it. I already did it, so I'm not doing it right now. I'm just showing you. So you go across the whole thing, and then you just go across the entire box and do the whole thing. And then once you do that, you just have to cut. So from right here, this is where the line is. So I'm going to cut all the way up into the line. And I have to do that on all four corners. Oh, probably looks so stupid. All right, so now that it's cut on all the corners, now you can fold in over where you see how it folds in like that. It just folds right in nicely like that. So now you have a resized box. So with the excess cardboard, if it doesn't put me over to the next pound, then I just leave it alone, and I consider that as like extra protection from the package. So I actually hope that it doesn't go over, because I really actually do want to ship it like this. But I am going to have to weigh it. I'm just gonna put a little extra tape right here. I may end up having to take it off, but I'm just putting it right there for now. That way it's just easier for me to weigh the box. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, perfect. I don't have to cut it. So it weighs 6 pounds and 11 ounces. And once you go over a certain pound, it doesn't matter if it's 6.2 ounces or 6.8 or 6.9 ounces. Once it goes over 6, you're automatically charged for 7. So I'm just gonna go ahead and round this up to 7. And it sucks because I did have in here 6. So it did end up actually being a little bit heavier than I thought it was gonna be. But lucky for me is that it didn't change the cost. I am still gonna have to measure it and put the measurements in here. I did have some estimated measurements, which I think it should probably be around what it is anyways. But when I change to 7 pounds, it didn't change the cost. But the only reason why that happened is because this is shipping within California. So if this was going to another state, it would, I'm pretty sure that price would have jumped up. But let me go ahead and get the measurements. I put this measuring tape right here on my desk, and it is just so helpful when I'm doing my shipping. And I do also have one of these measuring tapes. Not the exact one I use, but I did put another one on there that you could just like tape up on your desk. All right, and that is in the description. So this is going to be 20. I had guessed 22. And then this is going to be 12, which I was right. And then this is going to be 9, which I guessed 10. So I was pretty damn close. Okay. So yeah, that's not going to change. Actually, you guys aren't going to believe this. It did change the price. The 3 extra inches that I changed brought it down by a whole $1, and now it's only $15.33 to ship. And the great news, guys, is that it charged the buyer $24.10 for shipping. So I'm actually getting like an extra $10. But I'm not going to feel bad about it, guys, because all the time I spent trying to find this box, I don't feel bad. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to tape up the corners of this now. And it's going to be too hard for me to show you on camera. So I'm just going to edit this part out. Actually, I decided not to edit it out because I do have some stuff that I could talk to you about as I do this. So I went to an estate sale this morning and I did buy 2 things. I'll show you. I bought this Disneyland CD. I think I have this one. If this isn't the one I have, then I'm going to actually have to keep it. But I'm pretty sure I have this one. And then I got this little Cinderella mouse plush from the Disney store. And I think I can get $10 plus shipping for the mouse. And I think I can get somewhere between $20 to $30 for the CD. And I paid $5 for total for both. And I just want to tell you guys, man, I'm so lucky living here because I get yard sales all year long. However, the estate sales here are awful, completely awful. So as I'm shopping, they're going around and they're putting prices on things. And I heard like this young kid, like they had hired some young kid to help. And he was like, how much should I list this for? Or how much should I price this for? And then the lady's all, look it up. So like basically telling him to look on eBay. And then I overheard this one of the ladies that works there talking to one of the customers, and they were asking about pricing on something. And the lady's all, oh yeah, it sells for $17 and we're selling for $14. How is that a deal? So then the customer says, oh yeah, well, I'm a reseller. And then the lady responds and says, oh yeah, well, these are priced for, you know, people who want them. And then you can come back later if it doesn't sell and get it for cheaper. So it seems like that is what these estate sales are doing. In the beginning, they're listing their stuff pretty high in hopes that, like, not necessarily for like someone who's trying to get a good deal or for a reseller, but just because they're just trying to make as much money as they possibly can for their client. And I get it, but I just don't understand how they make any money. Like, they had some Mario DS video games there listed for like $20. And I was just like, that is way too much, but I'm still gonna look it up because if it sells for like $50, I know video games sell fast. I'll buy it, you know, I'll pay the $20 because I know it'll be a fast sale. Dude, there were some on there that were like new for like $20. And I'm just like, what are they even thinking? Like, I just don't understand. Like, who is spending money? But it's like when you go to things like that, the thing about it is, I think I got this good. taped up the corners. I think this is good. The thing about it is that you can still, there's going to be things that they miss. So our job when we're in situations like that is to, because everybody knows something that somebody else doesn't know, right? And for me, I noticed that like you find those gems a lot, maybe like mixed in like a toy box or in a box of like media or in the bathroom. Like a lot of those places where they're not really thinking about is where you can find some gems. And I'm sure there are things there that I left behind that I didn't even know. It's because everybody knows something, right? Like we all have something to bring. And that's why it's like, I feel like there's just so much to go around for anyone. Even if you go shopping in a thrift store and there's tons of other resellers in there, don't be intimidated because they don't know all the things that you know. So that's what I gotta say about that. I mean, I spent $5 and I could probably turn that $5 into, what did I say, like $30? Not the best, but I still had fun going and doing it. Estate sales can be really fun. So yeah, this. All right. Okay, these last two eBay sales are funny. I'm actually like, I can't even believe it. It's so weird. So these last two items were purchased around the same time. So like I would say like probably like an hour apart from each other. They were pretty close. They're from two different buyers going to two completely different states. We have one going to Utah and we have one going to Colorado Springs. So, and I've had both of these items listed for several months. Whoops. We've got Aladdin in one box. This was listed in March of 2023, sold for $13.49 free shipping. And then in the other box, we've got Princess Jasmine. How freaking weird is this? I listed this one in August of this year, so she hasn't been listed that long. They're both vintage dolls, and they both sold at the same time to two different people, completely different people in different states. Is there something going on with Aladdin that I don't know about? So weird. But anyways, so yeah, Aladdin goes first. So I did have to ship him in the bigger size box because he's just, even if I would have Frankenstein a box like this, he still wasn't gonna fit. And it's because the Ken size dolls are bigger than Barbie. But on top of him already being bigger than Barbie, he's got this little hat sticking up. So it's just, it was not working. So I have to send him in the bigger box. But it doesn't really matter too much either because it's still not going over the 12 inches. So it's not really gonna change how much I would have paid. But I'm not putting any stuffing in here. I hope the buyer is okay with that. I don't really see how he can get damaged, so I'm pretty sure it's fine. But if I were to add stuffing, it would bring it over the 12 ounces, and I don't feel like cutting out the little flaps of the cardboard to make it fit. So it's just getting shipped like this. I'm sure it will be fine. He's wrapped in plastic, so there's that. Okay, let's see. I do not have my plastic bags on my Amazon list because I get buy those at Walmart. I have not found a better deal on Amazon than Walmart. So go into the Walmart stores and buy their bread bags. It's such a great deal, and it comes with 100. I think the ones at Target are more expensive, and they come with 75. All right, Jasmine. She sold for $20 free shipping. This one was a really cool one though. This is Arabian Lights Jasmine. And she was from the TV series. I don't know if you guys watched it. I did. It was like a Aladdin TV series that came out in the 90s. It was really good. I think it was on the Disney Channel. So it was from that. So this one's a little bit more like a rare jasmine and she's vintage. But you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think that the Aladdin was vintage. He's not. But he is from the Disney store. And the Disney store, Disney Barbies do much better than like the Disney Barbies that they would sell like at Target or something like that. They're just made a little bit better quality. And collectors just like them more. All right, so Jasmine, I am going to have to round her up to the 12 ounces. And this one's only going to cost me $4.88 to ship. All right, that's going to be it for eBay. I did not get any Poshmark sales, but I do have 4 Mercari sales to ship. So, in my last video was a follow-up to another video I had recently done, and it was basically just talking about how I think that people aren't selling on eBay. I mean, people aren't buying on eBay like they used to. And, you know, I did some research trying to figure out like why that's the case. Like, what are people saying? And I did a whole video on it, and then like another ship with me video I did like a week and a half ago talks about this kind of stuff like in more detail. But it was so funny because if you're interested in hearing more like my opinion on this, just go watch my last video. I was very skeptical on making that video though. Hold on, this is weird. Okay. I was very skeptical on making that video because I don't think I'm that good at just talking to the camera and having more like podcast style videos. Like, I think I do better in like an environment like this where I'm doing something at the same time, moving around and, you know, distracted. But when I'm just talking to the camera, I'm not sure how well I do. So I was a little bit intimidated about that, just my own insecurities. But then on top of that, anytime you put yourself out there giving like your opinions on something, it opens it up for negativity and for people to like disagree and like start like arguments and stuff like that. And I just really don't. I try to stay away from stuff like that because I just think it's not too good for my mental health. So far, the video did just go live today. Today's Friday, even though this video is coming out on Tuesday. I'm filming on Friday, and that video came out today. So far, everything seems to be just fine. But I just, you know, it's still early. I'm not sure how well that video is going to do, so I'm a little bit nervous about it. But anyways, I did put myself out there a little bit, just kind of talking about my opinions. And I'm probably going to be talking about this a lot moving forward because I'm extremely passionate about this idea. Is I am very upset with other resellers I feel are ruining it for me and you. And though I'm still getting lots of sales, I mean, you see I did great today, right? I'm not trying to complain about slow sales right now. But I will say that if I'm just comparing this year to last year, it's just, I can see that there's some decline going on here. And I truly believe, even though there could be lots of little things that contribute to it, I believe that most of it is due to these awful freaking sellers that are on eBay right now. So I have this friend. She's one of my very best friends. She's one of the kindest, sweetest, most generous people that I know. She's just amazing. I can't even think about anything negative to say about her. She's just a really, really great friend. And somebody had hit her windshield on her car, and they offered to pay for it. And she was just like, you know, I guess they were quoted like $800 or something to go get it fixed. And she was like, sorry, I got some sort of counter offer on my phone. I'll look at that later. they were quoted like $900 to fix it, and she was just like, you know what, I feel like that's a lot. I don't want this person to have to pay for it, because she's a really nice person like that. You know, most people would be like, I don't care, it's not my money. But she was like, I really feel like if we could just order that part that we need, we could just fix it ourselves, and it's like not a big deal. So she had found the part on eBay, and she messaged me, and she was like, hey Sabrina, you know, I want to order this part. She explained what happened. She's like, but I was grown up, raised by parents who said that eBay was a scam, to never order on eBay, which is not good. And she's like, but we really want, so I have this in me that I'm like scared to order from eBay, but this is the part that I want to get. Like, what do you think? Should I buy it? So I looked it up, and it was like it said that it was a brand new part, but it was marked as unbranded. And the seller seemed okay, you know. I didn't really see any too much of red flags for the buyer. He does accept returns, but it's I'm sorry, I just called him the buyer, the seller. He accepts returns, but it's buyer pays return. So I just told my friend, I was like, you know, I think the seller seems okay, but just know, you know, he doesn't, you'll have to pay for the return if you have to return it. And I can't tell you like what kind of quality product you're gonna get since it's unbranded. It could be cheap, like I don't know. So that was just what I told her. So then she ended up buying it. And then she messaged me yesterday, like literally like the day that this video I posted went live. And she told me that they sent her the wrong part. And she had proof that they sent her the wrong part. So she took pictures of it, sent it, and according to her, now keep in mind as I tell you guys this story, I'm hearing it from her. I don't know like all the little details, right? So as far as I understand, this seller, it acknowledged the fact that he sent the wrong part and was like, okay, well, I'll send you the right part, but you got to return this one. And then like, that was it, right? So she was like, okay, I'll return it. Like, where's my label to send it back to you? Because I guess it was kind of heavy. And my friend doesn't know how to ship things. Like, she doesn't ship things. Like, she doesn't know. Like, if she went to the post office to ship that, they would probably like charge her like $30 for it. So she was just like, where's my label? And the guy's like, no, you're responsible for sending it back. So she's like, well, I don't understand like why you made that mistake, but yeah, I'm the one that has to pay to ship it. And he was refusing to do it, just would not budge on sending her that label. So then she said that like she kept like messaging like, what are we gonna do about this? And she said she was not like, she didn't say any profound words or like nothing, was just like, just wanted to get this situated. She didn't want to have to pay because the price to like ship it back was probably going to be like more than the actual item was worth. So why is she going to do that? So she kept trying to like go back and forth with this guy. And then she gets an email from eBay. And this is the part that I find to be extremely weird. And I'm hoping you guys can enlighten me on this. I think because my friend was telling me this through text message too as well. So maybe I just need to call her and talk about it to like figure this out. But she said that she got an email from eBay that her account was suspended. And I'm just like, I've never heard of that happening to a buyer. Like, we always hear about it on the other end that like eBay always agrees with the buyer. So it was just like weird. So the only thing that I could think of that like could have happened is, like I said, she doesn't use eBay, so that she may have created a brand new account, and this could have been her first transaction. And then the seller probably, because she said that the reasoning behind the suspension was harassment. She's like, I didn't even harass him. I just was messaging him, trying to figure out what was going on. So I don't know, maybe because she was like new, maybe eBay just like, this brand new person who's just using it for the first time is getting flagged, and then they just suspended her. So I told her that what she should do is go on Facebook and contact eBay for Business. Because if you just get somebody, like an actual person, to go in and review and look at those messages, so if they can go in there and see exactly, like, she didn't do anything harassing and this person sent her the wrong item, then maybe, you know, someone will be able to help her out. That's the only thing I can think of. But then I told her, I doubt that you're ever going to want to go on eBay again. And this goes back right back to what I was saying, is like, people are getting scared off of using eBay because they're having experiences just like this one. Ugh. I told her, if you end up getting your account back and you decide to use eBay again, if anything like this ever happens again, don't message the seller. Just go straight to opening a return. Like, that's what you just got to do. So that was that. So I hope everything works out for her in the end, and I hope eBay for Business is able to help her. If they are and we have updates, I'll let you guys know. All right, so it's time for Mercari. I've already printed out all the labels for Mercari, but I didn't package them yet. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this first sale is for these books. It's called Model. How do you say it? Manga books? I don't know. It comes with a total of 4. They're in pretty good condition. These sold for $20, free shipping. I covered the shipping, and I think it costs, yeah, because this is media mail. It costs like $4.26 or whatever the cost of the charge of media mail is for 2 pounds. All right. So I'm just shipping it in a regular, actually, no, I didn't want to do that. Sorry. I'm distracted. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to ship it in a bubble. Okay. And then I put the cardboard in here as well, just to give it a little bit extra security. But if it was going to put it over into the next pound, I wouldn't have included the cardboard, because I really don't think it needs it, but I just feel like it can't hurt. All right, next item is this Wreck-It Ralph purse from the Disney store. This was my daughter's. I had this listed for a very long time. It's been at least over a year, possibly even 2 years. And it only sold, I accepted an offer. It sold for $9 free shipping. So I'm not really making anything off of this. So, you know, maybe I'll give $1 to my daughter to buy an ice cream at school or something. So yeah, I just ship it like that. I like to fold it over, give it that extra padding. I cover up the edges with tape so that mail doesn't get stuck in between. All right, and then that one's good to go. And then I sold this Lisa Frank sheet of stickers. It is a single sheet that's missing one sticker. If it wasn't missing that one sticker, I probably could have sold this for like 30 bucks. But I sold it for $19 plus shipping. And so the way I shipped it is I just put it in, I put it with a cardboard and I wrapped it with one of my bread bags, and it is going inside a bubble mailer. And this is the same 9x6 bubble mailer that I use to ship CDs in. DVDs. Sorry, guys. I'm tripping on my own words. And then the very last sale that I got is this lot. You can't see it, but there's 2 Velcro t-shirts in here. These are boy sizes. So like teenage boy sizes. And this one sold, what is that? I wrote it down. I wrote down the price. It sold for $13 plus the cost of shipping. I paid $1 per shirt. I actually accepted an offer on them. I had them listed for $15 plus shipping. But I figured that $2 was worth it for a fast sale. I actually just listed them maybe like a week or 2 ago. So I'm always really happy to sell things fast. And that's gonna be it for all my sales for today. I hope that everybody has a really great week of sales. I thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel. I appreciate you all so much. I did reach my goal of 3,000 subscribers. Thank you everybody so much. I have no words to describe like how great it makes me feel. I know, like, comparing myself, if I was going to compare myself to some other like YouTubers out there, it really isn't that much, but I don't like to compare myself. And to me, like, the thought of having 3,000 is like huge. Like, I didn't even think I would get a couple hundred. Like, I didn't think that I really, like, anyone would be interested in hearing what I had to say about anything. So this has been so great. It's been a beautiful exchange of love, and I just love the fact that, like, I'm able to help people come up with new ideas to help them within their reselling business, and then they can help me. Like, I get so much great like feedback and tips, and you know, people telling me things in the comments, and it's just like so great how we can all just help each other out. It's really awesome, and this has been really fun for me. I look forward to continuing to make awesome more content for all of you, and just know that I appreciate you so much. And never forget, when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.